Okay, cool. I think we're going. Everything is good. Everything is looking good, and we are live. So what we're going to do today is talk about a database structure for trades databases. So let me just pose the question to you. So say, for example, you build a trading algorithm, right? And you want to take a record of all those trades and maybe display it in some other part of your program. And there's a whole thing about, what's the best database structure, how to optimally query things and do all that. So we're going to just sort of explore that topic here. Now, this isn't, a definite way to do things, but it is a way for you to sort of get started, and maybe you can come up with some of your own ideas and think about how you can go about doing this kind of thing. So anyway, let's just go straight to the board here. So F7, yeah. So here we are, and what we're going to do is we are just going to talk a little bit about databases. So I've got my trusty pen. Yeah. Now what we're going to do is essentially we're going to make a database with a bunch of trades in it. Yep. And the trades could be, this could be BTC, and then it could be, you bought BTC at 100K, maybe you bought one BTC. What else would you need when you're trading, right? What other type of information you would need? So you probably need, you need the symbol, so that's what we have. You probably need the timestamp, which you were filled at. Anything else, I reckon you would probably need the exchange on which you traded this symbol, right? And then you'd also need the type of symbol, the type, right? So what is a type? So okay, let's go. This could be like, Bybit. This could be like OKX, something like that, or it could be Binance, like all that. Now type, what is type? So type could be spots, it could be the perp. The perpetual futures contract. There's also, the calendar futures. You've got options as well. Yeah, so that's what that could be. So that is sort of the building blocks of a trade. And maybe you might also want to refer to a account or something like that. So you could have multiple accounts on an exchange. Now this information here could be redundant, because what you do is you'd find the information in account in the information about exchange in the account. So let's think about how you would sort of structure a bunch of tables in sort of the SQL language. So let's think about this. Now this is the so I'm going to erase. Let's see if we can erase this. No, I'm just going to take the square function and draw a little thing there, delete it. Oh boy. Okay, it's all gone. It's all good. Go back to the paintbrush. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a trades table. That's the main thing we want. All right, trades. Now, this is not going to be code. It's just going to be coding architecture, all that good stuff, right? Coding architecture. Now, so we've got a trades table, and inside the trades table, we'd have price. Just price. We'd have quantity. We'd have symbol. Yes, we have symbol type. Symbol type. Oh, symbol type. Yep. We could have, and let's just say account for now. Let's just say account. Cool. So that makes up one table. And I think it's pretty obvious what this would be. This would be, for example, this could be a float or decimal, depending on how accurate you want to get. This could be a float. This would be like a varchar or string. So we're going to be assuming things that this could be, yeah. Well, actually, we'll talk about this. It might not be a varchar actually, and this one might not be a varchar. But what I would do is I would sort of have that there, right? And then I would make another table here, and make another table, and I'd call that. I would call that. What would I call it? I would call it. I would call it, actually, hold on, let me take a break. I'll be right back. I am just going to, actually, I think what might be useful is if I also stream this on TikTok. So let me just get the equipment real quick. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Here we go. Put that there. Let's go for, let's make a new live. Yep, because I think people on TikTok probably wanna, I wanna share it to everyone as well. Let's go create, go live, go live, go live, go live, live. Yep. Okay, cool. That's good. Okay, things are looking good. We're going live. We're going live. We're going live. Okay, cool, 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 cool. So, we need to flip the camera around on this. Go for it. Nope. Settings. No, service. Weird. How do we flip camera? Okay, that's good. Great. We flipped the camera and we are live on the TikTok, which is great. Cool. So now what we're going to do, okay, we're going to get straight back to it. So let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so put that to one side there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to think about what other tables we need. So we have price, we have quantity. Now let's think about the symbols table. So the symbols table, the symbols table, right? The symbols table is going to be very simple. It's probably just going to have a symbol ID, just like that. And it's just going to have, we'll just say symbol, like the name of what the symbol would look like. Yeah, symbol. Symbol. Cool. And so, for example, it would be, so it kind of look like, you know, have ID1, and then maybe it'd be like BTC, US, you know, DT, and maybe 2 would be like Ethereum. And you'd sort of pre-fill these, right? Ethereum, USDT, right? That's awesome. Now, what we're going to do after that is we have this table, and so we're going to sort of create a connection here from symbol here in the trades table to this thing here, this ID symbol, this symbol ID, right? So every time you see symbol in the trades table, it'll be like an integer. So this will be like some sort of int, right? Here, these. So, you know, every time you see a trade by BTC, it'll come up as 1 in that, right? Cool, so that's that. And then now, okay, we want to think about symbol type. So that is also pretty easy as well. Now that's just going to be another table. Another table like this. And so just write it out, symbol type. Cool, and then that'll just be the same thing. It'll be like some sort of ID, and then, you know, the symbol type. Cool. Yep, and then the same for the account as well. So here you'd have account, and you just sort of link them together by a number, right? That's all you do. But account will have a lot more information. It might have, like, you know, the UUID of the exchange or something like that, you know, or even the exchange name. And then also it could have maybe the email you signed up when you did that. And maybe you could be like, oh, is it a main account or a sub account? And then maybe you could also have sort of, if it's a sub account, could it be, what's the parent? What's the parent? Yeah, what's the parent account? Yep. What's the parent account? Yeah. So that's sort of the database structure there. Now, what you would do is yeah. So you'd sort of, so when I build systems like this, you'd sort of draw it out like that, and then yeah, I guess you just sort of put it nicely like that in a nice diagram. And then usually if you're using good tools, you can actually export the thing out, right? So let me just show you the sort of tool I use when I'm making databases like this. So here, this is it. This is the tool. And it's really cool. It's called Draw SQL. And what I do is, so this is the sort of database system I'm making right here, as you can see on the screen. Yeah. For everyone on TikTok, just head to my bio, and you can see the stream on YouTube. So you'll see all the links. Just go to the link tree, go to my YouTube, and yeah, you'll find the stream there. Anyway, so yeah, that's so right at the center there, you can see we've got the trades table, yeah, and then we've symbol type, symbol, and then well, this is the accounts table, right? Exchange account, and then inside the exchange account is the sort of exchange right there. And that's so these are big ints, right? Which is just an ID of an exchange. So that's sort of how you would do that. So yeah, these are called foreign keys, right? That's how you'd link everything together. So notice here you've got symbol, but it's actually a big integer. Here you've got yeah, and symbol type, but it's actually a big integer, right? So yeah, it's so that's how you'd sort of structure. That's how you'd sort of structure all that. Let me just write this down. Okay, so yeah, that's how you'd structure going about doing that sort of database thing. Now, the really cool thing about this is that once you draw this, right, you actually can just very easily export it. It's super easy. You just save it, and then you just go File, Export, and then yep, File, Export it, and then it gets you a bunch of create table statements essentially. So that's what that does, and that's amazing. So let me just open up the code. Let's see if the code is here. Yep. And so yeah, so here we go. Oh, here's the okay, go away. Here's the code. Now let's talk about here's the code actually. So this is what I want to show you, and it's very good code. I hope it's good code. Now now what we exported was so we took this, we exported it, we downloaded it, and then put it in a SQL file. And this is what it looks like, right? And this is the raw SQL right here, as you can see. Yeah, so this is the raw SQL. Now it can be a little bit tricky to read, actually. Can be just a bit tricky. So we'll go through it actually. It's not too crazy. So we've got the exchange table, and what we're doing is we create it and then we alter the table and say, okay, cool, make ID the primary key. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. And then we've got the exchange account or the accounts table. We put everything there, so which is good. Alter the table, we create the trades table, and then yeah, and so these are big ints, right? Now so we keep going, we keep doing. Now here's some important things. Now we're going to alter the table and make connections to things, right? So we say that, you know, things like the exchange is a foreign key for the exchange accounts, right? And inside trades, it points to symbol, and it also points to accounts, and it points to so that was symbol type, and it also points to symbol there. So those are sort of how you link those things together essentially. Now, what about the last few lines there, line 49 to line 50? What we're doing here is we're creating a index. Now, let me explain how indexes work in SQL. Essentially, what they do is they make querying a lot faster. So you could have a bunch of trades in your table, right? And then maybe let's say you have 1 billion trades in your trades table. Now that could be slow if you sort of want to get it, if you wanted to get your trades like on a specific day, right? What the query would have to do is it'd have to sort of iterate through the whole table and try to find that specific day. But this index sort of creates a little bit of extra memory, extra things, and it sort of stores some values. So you can think about it as though instead of like iterating through the whole database, it uses some sophisticated algorithms, and it can sort of jump right to that specific day, which is faster, which is actually faster. Cool. So that is sort of the database structure, right? And now I think one really cool trick I love to use, right, is I put everything in Docker. So what I've done is, yeah, I've Dockerized the database here. And so what I do is I have my service. Now I'll talk about the service in a future stream, but what I do is I make it so I don't have to install actually like the Postgres on my local machine. I install it here in Docker. I have it running, and then I get my Python service, which is going to update the database. And then I'm also going to connect a front end to it later. I'll connect a front end to it later, and it'll connect to the database inside Postgres, which I find great, because then there's just not, so with Docker, it's amazing, right? Because if you didn't have Docker, you'd have to sort of orchestrate all these apps together. And then what essentially would end up happening, you'd have to restart everything and do all that and coordinate everything. But the amazing thing about Docker is that you essentially just define all your services, and then with Docker Compose, you just go Docker Compose up -d for in the background, and then it's just all in the background. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I think maybe in the next stream, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But I think for now, I'm going to end it here. If you have any questions, please reach out. Also, do check out the school community I have as well. So what this is all about teaching people about trading and things like that. So this is it. It's a little new, but yeah, we're giving live lessons. I'm trying to make it a very supportive community for everyone. And yeah, so we've got CoderTrader Lite and we've got CoderTrader Pro. This is like the more intense one. We're going to sort of handhold you, get like your whole trading system built and everything like that. But if you're sort of a beginner, you're starting out, CoderTrader will just give you a few lessons about, you know, all types of trading stuff. We have some Python lessons, we have components of a trading system and trading systems, which teach you everything you need to know about that. The member streams, which you have access to from everything, you know, all the previous streams saved, everything is saved there. And we also have the public library, which is just public for everyone. Everyone can access that. I'll sort of think about, yeah, what people are interested in, and I'll put that in the public library, essentially. Yeah, so that is that. And honestly, also these courses here, they're very yeah, they're a little bit meaty. You know, you've got stream market data, order books. Yep, easy logging. That's good. That's good. Components of stream market data. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. Yep, that's there. Oh, I probably do need to buff that out a little bit. I do. Yeah, I've actually finished the course. I just haven't put them there. So I'll do that right now. Actually, I'll do that right now. But we also have components of a trading, like just our trading system course, which is right here. And so essentially, what this does is it'll teach you exactly how to build trading systems, and we're going to go through. We're going to build each of the components step by step here, and then we're going to sort of glue them all together in the strategy, and then yeah, and then we're going to run the strategy finally, and then you have this sort of strategy which you can just sort of steal, take away, whatever. It's there. So yeah, I hope if any of you are interested in trading, please do join that. I'd love to help you out. Send me a message on school. I'd love to know your trading progress or whatever you have. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to just grow the community kind of thing, that kind of thing. But anyway, so I will do that with the that one there. I need to upload the rest of that. But I guess for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this off here. And just to recap, we talked about databases, and we have our main trades database, and sort of we separate things with foreign keys. And then what we do, another trick I love to use, is that we use Docker to set everything up. We have our database service, right? And then we have our Python service, which we're using right here, and we're all good. Cool. So actually, I'll open up the chat. Does anyone have any questions about any of this at all while I'm on the stream? I would love to answer any of your questions. If not, I might just switch it off. So just someone, I'm watching the chat at the moment, so someone say something. If you have any queries, questions, anything like that, let me know. Anything at all? Looks like no one has any questions. Cool. Okay, I think everyone gets everything. So I am probably just going to cut the stream here and call it a day, I guess. Call it a day. So how long have we been streaming for? Anyway, that's all good. I'm going to end it here, and I hope everyone learned something as well.